Hello, everyone. George is here, and welcome back to a new episode of Creating Your Hypnotic Exponential Offer that creates 100% profit and grows your company at 10x scale. Today, I'm going to talk about a very important topic as every single day. We covered like those important topics that helps you as business owners and entrepreneurs like change the way you think about your business, change the way you deal with your business, not only in terms of creating offers, but also in terms of creating the right audience or communicating with the right audience and creating your market share in the right way so you can increase your profit and you can increase your impact, because at the end you are in the business of creating a human experience, not only in the business of selling commodities and products. So today I'm going to talk about this specific topic, and that topic is what is the difference between companies that making like tons of profit and companies who are creating lots of products, but yet they still like not much profitable, or they struggle, or it takes them years for their products to take off, or for their business to take off. So today I'm going to talk about like what is the difference between a product-based company and an interface-based company. So, and that is super important to understand, like to understand this method, because you can apply it in your business right now. Because in the pandemic and in any market crash or any market downturn, what happens for the product base or even for the service base businesses, when the market crash and those businesses they are only focused on the local market, they get like impacted big time in terms of like profit, sales, even like in terms of like their employees, their salaries, their impact in their communities. Because if you're not making the right profit, you cannot even help other people to change or to get a better human experience. So today I'm going to talk about the difference between product-based companies and interface-based companies, and how you can apply that in your business today to change at least, or to add a new line in your business so you can benefit and you can scale, and you can create something new in your business beside the product that you are selling. So when I say a product base or a service base, I'm talking about restaurants, retail stores. I'm talking about like even the service like dentistry, massage, financial institutions, like insurance, real estate, like those service or product base, like they work on the same edge. Like those people, they try to push hard, they try to invest hard, like their time and their money, even like their energy and their personnel, like their employees, their staff, their team, to create that kind of successful business model. But yet there is something missing that is costing them lots of money, and at the same time not making them lots of profit, because you already spending all that money. And at the same time, you will see also like those companies, they struggle most of the time, and very few of them succeed after 5 years or 10 years, or they stay profitable in the long term. So today I'm going to cover the like what are the successful businesses are doing, what we can learn from that, and how we can apply that or model that in our businesses as of today. So you heard about those terms that Bitcoin is the largest like bank with no actual cash. Uber is the like largest taxi companies, owns no vehicles. Facebook is the most popular media owner that creates no content. Alibaba is the world's most valuable retailer, like Amazon, and has no inventory. And Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, and has no real estate. And that is true. And maybe some people will argue today that, oh, well, like Alibaba or Amazon, they own some some physical product like malls and inventories and warehouses. And that happens lately. Like it didn't happen like the time when they started. So when they started with what we call the interface company. They didn't start with an actual product. Later on, when they started to make all that money, when they started to make all that profit, and when they started to take over all kind of markets and industries, then they switch and or they started to add physical products or physical or tangible or intangible services. So those companies, they started with an interface-based company. And what is an interface-based company? The interface-based company is just a front end. It's like a layout. It's like a storefront of a back end. And the back end, those like where you find the stock, those are the companies who create the hard work. They create the product itself. They try to like to take like all the headache. And the interface or the front end companies or those companies that I have listed, and you can do that, you can apply that in your business. If you do that, like you can see your profit like skyrocket. What they do, they own the market itself. They own the audience. They own the engagement with the traffic, like whatever we call it. When I say audience, users, traffic, like those are terminology that we use in the media or marketing or advertising industries, but they mean the same. Like you own or at least you own the engagement and the attention of a certain market, of a niche market, or maybe of the whole industry. It depends how big you are. So for companies like Amazon or Alibaba or Uber, they own like markets all over the places. But you don't need to be like that big, and you don't need to hit all those markets at once. You may scale, you may start growing with years, because those companies at the end, they started like too small, but they had that vision. They understood how profit worked. They understood how scaling worked. And they created their own businesses based on that model. So with that being said, like there's something that those interface companies, they create that the product-based company or the service-based companies, they don't understand. So take Amazon, for instance. Amazon is just the interface. It is just the storefront of those hard workers who create the actual product. So when you buy, you don't buy to like from those actual sellers. You buy through Amazon. So the Amazon owns your attention. Amazon owns your engagement, and it's the middle person between you and those business owners, between you and those suppliers. So basically in business, we need to understand like something super important, especially in the technology era and the knowledge information economy that we have and we are in right now, or the technology information economy, like whatever we call it, the combination. It is, we are in an economy that that praise right now the service, or praise the interface service versus the actual product. So the more service you create, the better that you can make profit, or the better you can scale your company. And the service I'm talking about, the service interface that I'm talking about, it's not like dentistry or massage, because in dentistry and massage, for instance, or real estate, you need to produce every single day. So basically, you have to go to your clinic as a dentist and produce that service. And at that time, like you will reach a plateau, you will reach a flat ceiling that you cannot exceed. And when you reach that, you feel like you reach your potential. You cannot move, you cannot scale, you cannot grow, and this is where the struggle happens. And this is where the profit goes flat and it doesn't stays in there. And this is when in economy we say like the business or the product, it has it's a graph, like it goes to the peak and then start to drop down because those companies, they don't understand how to keep growing. If you look at Amazon, they never drop down. Maybe it fluctuates a little bit, but still, like from the time Amazon started, it's still going up. Uber is the same. And successful companies, either like small or big, they are doing just the same. So you have to understand that you should not create a business, or if you are in the business, that you are creating a product or a service, that you have to invest money and time every single day to produce those kind of products. Maybe a retail shop or a restaurant selling ice cream, selling shoes, selling shirts, selling dentistry, selling massage, selling real estate, like those kind of social selling, or those kind of product-based businesses is not, or not, they're not going to be profitable, because that profit that you're going to produce in your business is going to be eaten up or beaten by those interface companies. So what you should do, you should start investing, or at least investing in the knowledge, investing in getting the right information and the right coaching, how you can build or pivot your business to become an interface based business instead of product based business. So this is what I call, like, in every single business, no matter what you are selling food or dentistry or real estate, you should create that new line in your business that I call the digital real estate asset. So those kind, or this kind of new line that helps you pivot on an interface-based business. It helps you also not only pivot online, not only create that interface that you don't have to produce every single day, and you can crash that ceiling of this plateau or going flat in profit or scaling, and even in the growth of what you produce. The digital real estate asset is the only way and the cheapest way and the quickest way right now that you can use, that you can add to your business. Either you are a restaurant or retail or whatever you are selling that consume your money and consume your time on every single day to produce those products or to produce those kind of services, in order to scale, in order to get like back your time, in order to make more profit on the money that you already invested. And so the digital real estate assets, not only it helps you to reach or to scale or to crash this kind of plateau ceiling, but also they're going to be your medium to communicate with your audience. It's going to be, or they're going to be your medium to get the attention and the engagement of your client or the potential customer. And at the same time, they're going to be your medium for marketing and advertising and positioning you as the expert, positioning you as the only solution in your market. So you need to understand this and apply it like today. You have to think about it starting today. You don't have to create everything today, and you don't have maybe to figure out how it works exactly in your business today, but you have to keep that question going on in your mind. So you will find those kind of answers for your questions when the right time comes, or when you acquire the right knowledge. This is why, like, you need to invest today, like in 2020 and going further toward 2030. You need to invest heavily in the right knowledge and the right information and the right coaching and the right mentoring, to get the right knowledge, to get the right understanding of information and technology, and how you can apply that in your business. Because from the experience that you already have, from the products that you already have, from the interaction with your clients, and all the experience and skills and talents that you already created, you can literally today, if I just like take all those, like your brain, and shake your brain on a table, I can create a library of digital assets that literally at a different market. You can sell in different industries and markets around the world. And you will find that some people and some markets, they are like hungry and thirsty for the knowledge, and they are like dreaming to become in the position that you are at in your business today. So with that being said, we have to think about our business the same way like those successful companies, they think about their own businesses. So some people And like this is a quick recap that some people they focus so much like I want to create the best solution, I want to create the best product, I want to create the best offer. And to create a full stack company like Tesla or Apple, they create the product, they create the interface, they create the attention, they create the marketing, they create everything. And like it's like a small restaurant owner. Like I was in the restaurant business, and like being in that environment is so tough. Not only in that you cannot make the money that you want to make, but also you cannot even leverage the time that you can spend for your own hobby or on your own personal development. So having full stack companies, it takes long time and it's going to be like very costly. And if you look at those two companies, for example, like Tesla and Apple, because they started as full stack companies, like business owners I see in every single market, like retailers, restaurant owners, real estate agents, they do the same. Like they get or they reach at some point that plateau. And Tesla and Apple, if you go back in the history of those companies, they went bankruptcy or they went on the edge of bankruptcy like so many different times. So creating full stack companies, yes, they are successful in very long time or long term, but it's going to take you like maybe 20 years or 30 years to become like gigantic like those companies. So what I suggest right now in your business, if you're struggling with the pandemic, or you are struggling with your profit, or you are struggling with your market share, you are struggling with your competition, is to switch or at least to pivot or at least to create that new line in your business. That's what I call the digital real estate assets that helps you to transform or to transfer your business from service based or product based to what I call the interface based companies. So the interface owner or the interface based companies, they own or they do two things like super important. They own the audience, they own the traffic, they own the attention and the engagement of that audience, and also they collect every single money or every single profit from that audience because they are the middle person. They create the attention and the engagement, and they decide on the price, not you as a business owner or not you as the supplier. So when you buy or when you like get a ride share with Uber decide on the price, not you as the taxi owner. When you buy something on Airbnb or you buy the service on Airbnb decide on the right prices and the right profit share they take from the cost that you're going to invest to produce this kind of service or product or whatever you are selling on that. Twitter the same. Twitter owns the interface for newspapers. Right now, newspapers they struggle because they have to print, they have to produce, they have to hire those editors, they have to produce the content, they have to hire like marketing to go and collect ads. Like they have like very high costs. Whereas Twitter, what they do, they only have the interface, they have the audience, they have the engagement of that audience. So now all the newspapers they are enforced or forced to go through Twitter to reach their own audience. So Facebook is the same, Google is the same, Airbnb is the same, Uber is also the same. So you have to think about your own business. Like if you don't own an audience, if you don't create your own community, if you don't create your own engagement with your own audience or community or potential users, you are going to pay hefty money for those companies. You are going to pay hefty money to Facebook for just to access their audience through a paid ad. So this is why paid ads on Facebook is like so much expensive and like crazy. Google is the same. Like you pay hefty money if you don't create your own audience. So you have to create your own audience. You have to create that interface-based business in your business, no matter what you are selling. If you have a restaurant, you keep selling food. If you are really like in real estate, you keep selling real estate. If you are in the retail, you keep selling retail. But what you should do right now, you keep that product, you keep that service. You have to add the interface-based business like for the business that you are selling, and you have to create those digital real estate assets so you can leverage, you can create more profit, because those digital real estate assets, you can create them like one time, and you can sell them on and on and on at different markets through that interface. And through that interface, what it does, it creates your audience. Now it's not only you are breaking from a broken business model that only focus on a service or a product, but also you are creating a new line. That new line is creating new revenue, more income, more time, and help you create more profit, like 100% profit, and scale more than 10 times what you can scale on yearly basis. So that new line also not only works on the time and the money and whatever like you are creating, but also it's going to be the medium of communicating your marketing and your advertising, your values, your mission, your everything that it may come to you or come through your business to your audience. And this is how you create the right branding right now in 2020. And this is the way you communicate and engage with your audience. And this is the way you create your own community, or if you like to call it, your digital community. With that being said, no matter what you are selling today, you have to create that interface-based business, because it creates more profit, it creates more money, it helps you to create more time for yourself, and it leverage your business quicker than you reaching that plateau that you cannot move more than that ceiling. Because if you have a restaurant, like I always ask people, if you have a restaurant, do you want to cook that dish or that slice of pizza every single day for the next 50 years? Most people, they say no, but yet they still doing it for like 30 and 40 years without even knowing like they should, or they have alternatives. They don't know, or they are afraid sometimes to hire a coach or to hire someone who has the right system and the right knowledge, who can help them to create something like this interface-based business in their business, so they can scale, so they can have quality time for themselves, so they can have quality time for their families. With that being said, like the interface-based business is the best option that you can start a business at. But if you already have a product base or service base and you want to pivot, you can pivot part of your business to become an interface business. So the interface has no cost. The cost is on the companies who are creating the actual product. The interface makes the money, and not only it makes the money, but also it owns the audience. So I will leave you with this, and that example apply for every single industry, applies for every single business and every single market. And this is an example of New York Times, a newspaper that it needs to write, to create the fact check, to buy papers, to print, to distribute, to engage people to get their ads. But now the New York Times, like they have a big problem. They have to pay either Facebook or Twitter to engage or to access their audience. In first place, if they own that audience, like what they used to do back in the days, like those newspapers, they used to distribute and they think they own the audience. You don't own the audience by distribution only. It's like a restaurant. They go and they start sending those flyers, like brochures, and they think like I own the audience because everybody is coming to my business and buying my blah, blah, blah. It doesn't work like that. Like if you really want to own your audience, you have to collect their information. You have to collect their phone numbers. You have to collect their emails. This is how you own the audience. This is how you engage with those audience, because with that information, you're going to connect with them in the long run, maybe for years, for months to come, not only instantly on impulse, like receiving your flyer. They may come, they may not. So keep that in mind. The most successful businesses are the people or businesses who create the interface instead of the actual product. But if you have already the product, if you have already the service, think of creating this digital real estate assets, this new interface, so you can leverage your business. You can create more profit. You can also create your own audience. In the long run, that audience will buy anything that you create in your business, instead of you going to beg or pay hefty money for Facebook or any other platform or any other, even like blogger in your industry who owns that audience. So without the value is in the audience, the value is in the interaction, the value is in the people or businesses who understand like the value of owning that traffic or owning that email list. With that being said, I'll leave you with this one. Like, who owns your audience? Are you going to own your audience, or someone else is going to own your audience? So keep those questions in mind. Like, think like successful companies. Think about how you can change, or how you can rethink not only your company, but also rethink the way you interact with your customers, because your customers are human beings, and the way you can engage, the easiest way you can get their information, you can get them to subscribe on your email list, is to elevate their human experience. Because sometimes when you start talking about the customer experience, we look at our customers as dollar signs. So your customers are worth more than that. Like, you have to add to their belief system, you have to add to their feelings, you have to add to the way you can change or can help them transform their own lives. With that being said, I like to get your feedback on this video. If you have any question, any comments, and don't forget to join my private Facebook group, 100% Profit, where I share exclusive training. And also, if you like, and if you think of a friend or family member who can benefit from this kind of training, daily training, share this video with them, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And with that being said, I will see you tomorrow with a new topic and a new question to answer. Cheers.